What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Omar BYT, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the brand new show, ladies and gentlemen, the Blaugrana Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and yeah, ladies and gentlemen, listen, this is one of the shows, guys, I've been planning on throughout the new season, guys, because listen, we need to do a Blaugrana podcast with Barça boy, because he's been a while since he's been here, man, and I know a lot of you guys have been asking, when is Barça boy coming back? Guess what? He's back, ladies and gentlemen. Big up to my guy, Barça boy. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Good to be back. Good to talk all things Barcelona and excited to get into a good conversation.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. But listen, make sure you guys go and subscribe to Barça Boy's channel, guys. Link is in the description, guys. Okay. But listen, we are here, obviously, to talk about Barcelona, guys, right? Listen, the week has already passed, right? International break is over, thank God, right? No one likes international break. Football is finally back after everything. And listen, we're gonna get into all of it right now, man. Big up to every single one of you guys. But listen, Barça boy, what's going on, man? How's been going on with you, bro?
Nothing much. Just enjoying the summer break like everybody else. And now we are back locked in, even though it's going to be a national break soon again, then soon after. I think we had 3 games in international break. Now we have 7 in international break, then 7. So at least 7 games, you get more into it. It's double what we already had. And excited to see Barcelona cook. We, of course, had a good result this past weekend, and hopefully we can, spur that on into more to come.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. But listen, big up to Adam the 22. Big up to you, bro. Big up to every single one of you guys who are coming in, guys. I'm sure a lot of you guys will be getting here as the show goes on. But look, listen, man, let's get into it. Straight into it, right? Obviously, 24 hours is gone. Barcelona, we came back to La Liga. First official home game of the season, right? And what a performance. Like, once again, bro, Valencia. Once again, bro. If last season we get a 2-1, 5-1, and 7-1, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And, we just had to bring back the tradition of whooping them again. The whooping that they deserve. And they got the whooping that they deserve, man. What a performance. What a performance, bro. 6-0. That is the kind of response I wanted to see from the international break. Because listen, I'm going to be very honest with you, Hafed. The first 3 games, Mallorca, Levante, and Rayo, I think that the Levante games where we saw our best performance. However, after that, right, the Levante game, I think we had a slow start. We brought it back, obviously, and won. But when you look at the Rayo one, bro, we were up. If it wasn't for João Garcia, we were losing that game. We were absolutely losing that game. There was no way we were winning that, right? But in the end, I said in this game, in the home game, I don't just want to win. I want a performance. I want these guys to show us that they still have that hunger that they have last season. You understand what I mean, right?
Mm-hmm.
My goodness. I mean, Flick, he made a lot of changes. Right? Completely rotated the squad. But in the second half, things picked up. Guys like Rafinha came on, scored twice. Lewandowski came up, scored twice. And Fermin Lopez scored twice. And even guys like Rashford, guys like Pedri, right? They all played well. What a performance. What a game. I'm not going to lie, man. Like, that's the kind of response I'm happy to see for what is coming up next. And this shows me that, you know what? Some of these players, they still have the hunger in their eyes. You understand what I mean, right? And that's the most important thing for us to know that these guys, they're not letting last season get to their heads. You understand what I mean, right? They're still locked in for this season. But what did you think about that performance, man?
Definitely encouraging. Bit of flashbacks, reminiscence of last season. I thought the first, half an hour we were a bit sluggish in the final third. We weren't really converting too many chances. Ferran Torres looks like he needs about 9 million chances to score a goal. Rashford didn't look that good either. I thought Rooney looked okay, especially for his first minutes in the first team. I think, to be honest, the first half was quite mid, apart from that one sequence for the goal, the pass from Kubarsi inside to Ferran. Great flick by him. Great finish from Fermin as well. But apart from that, I think the first half was quite mid. Second half is where, we started to cook. Every chance we got, we were scoring. We looked threatening on breaks. Varane hit the post. Rafa came close to getting his hat trick. Same with Fermin as well. Lewandowski almost got his hat trick as well. We looked like killers in front of goal. But I must say that the biggest highlight for me in this game was the defense. We had a few big defensive actions in that first half from Kubarsi and Eric. And the second half, they were very, very quiet, had nothing to do, apart from maybe the last 5 minutes or so where they were trying to keep that clean sheet. So the defense looked really, really strong in this game, keeping a big clean sheet and a big win, which hopefully they can use that as motivation for the game on Thursday. But overall, encouraging. Some, most of it signs from last season. Hopefully, we can do it over the course of 90 minutes, and hopefully we can, play like this on a more consistent basis.
No, 100%, 100%. And you're right. At the end of the day, there were some low lights, but I feel like the first half, guys like Grone Baji finally getting an opportunity in the first team, getting his start. It was, obviously he only played only one half of the game, right? And look, it's still, good signs, right? I think that another thing we're missing for me is Mark Bernal, bro. We need to talk about it, man. Mark Bernal, long-term injury, comes back, and on his first game back, he gets a goal as an assist. An assist. Literally, what, 3 minutes? 3 minutes on the pitch, he got an assist. And listen, we've been hearing about this kid for a long time, Hafid. You know this. We've been hearing the praises of this kid, right? We've been hearing that he's the next big thing, all of it, right? Seeing that performance yesterday, bro, that gives me hope. Obviously, I'm not rushing him, right? I know he's coming back from ACL injury. It is what it is, right? But honestly, you're right. For me, the performance was an all-round 10 out of 10. The defense, bro, they didn't have a shot in the whole first half. Not even one. They didn't even have one shot in the entire first half. Second half, we only nullified them with 3 shots, right? They were getting absolutely peppered in that game. And we got exactly what we deserved in that game. We got the win, right? And it was a dominant performance. That for me is the most important thing, right? It's not just the win, it's the way we won, right? We won with a lot of how do I put this, right? It's the kind of performance that kind of gives the fans hope. You understand what I mean? Basically.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, you know what? Maybe the first 3 games it was just away, we were playing away games, so things were tough. You understand what I mean, right? 3 away games is not going away from home is not easy. But now playing at home, good, right? But we'll see what happens now, right? And you know what? Right? Another underrated performance I need to get into also. What did you think of Rashford's performance? Because I'm not gonna lie, I think that was probably his best performance in the Barca shirt.
Really? I don't know. I feel like it was quite.
I mean, it's not saying much, but to be fair.
Yeah, I think it was quite mediocre. Looks like he's a bit nervous still getting adjusted to things. And every time he's on the ball, he's doing a lot of extra stuff, extra dribble, extra touch. He should have scored, I think, in that first half. I think it was in the first 10 minutes when he got that pass through, I think, from Fermin. He took that extra touch and he went too close to the byline. Stuff like that, which hopefully will come with time and more confidence. I think his assist was Fugazi as well. Very, very lucky, even though he got, a GA in the game.
Yeah,
but I wasn't too encouraged, but I know there's still, a long way to go before we rush to conclusions. If we're still playing like this come, November, December, I'm going to be very, very worried.
I'm not going to lie, man. Look, I'm just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, to be honest. That's all I'm doing because you're right. He hasn't really had a good start in life at Barca. But you know what, right? He had an assist. It was a close assist, but it was an assist nonetheless.
Yeah.
And also, he nearly scored as well. Like, he nearly got his goal, bro. Like, that was so close. He was literally this close, right? Angles, right? But for me also, another thing I need to talk to you about, Hafid, Fermin's performance. Now, look. We've seen Dani Olmo has not had a good start of the season at all, right? He's not had a good start at all, right? For me, if I'm going to be 100% honest with you, I'm glad we kept Fermin because we thought we were going to lose Fermin to Chelsea, right? And I know Chelsea ended up trying to lowball us. Thank God we didn't actually fall for it. You understand what I mean, right? But we've kept him. And to make things even better, he comes back on his first game after the international break, right? And puts in 2 great goals like that, right? I'm not going to lie, man. I'm glad we kept him. Because, bro, Dani Olmo, the way he's moving right now, I'm worried. And I'm also a staunch defender of Dani Olmo. But he's been poor. He was poor in the international break, right? And for me, having Fermin play like this, bro, the competition is there now. The competition is there now. So he needs to wake up. He needs to wake up and he needs to start performing when he gets the chance. He got a chance yesterday. He didn't do much. I thought he got the assist for the Lewandowski second goal, but it was Bernal. But that's
He
the
got he
problem.
got he got the assist for the first Studios goal though when the hit went bar down, top right corner.
Oh,
He got the
I
assist
see.
for that one.
I didn't even know that. But
Yeah,
but that's the thing.
both the goals, both the assists for the two lone goals were a bit, nice and easy.
Yeah.
But I understand your point. I fully agree with Fabian. We wouldn't have sold them for that kind of fee. I think only if they came in with above 70, where the club would have been tempted. I think Firmin honestly was on the edge with his decision, but with Chelsea not really pushing too much in regards to a Barcelona bid, they didn't. And of course, he's worth double what they bid for easily.
100%.
Although I'm not too fussed about because the quality is definitely there. It just really comes down to I think just minutes. I think if it's still like this, come middle end of October, then I would be concerned. But I still am very curious to know who Flick will start on Thursday.
Who would you start, Hafer, to be honest?
I think the game is better for Olmo, but you can't drop for Min after scoring two goals. So I don't even know. You know what I would do? This might be a bit shit, but this is actually what I'd consider. Since Lamine is going to be injured, and I wouldn't start Rashford, I'd probably go with Firmin in the 10 and then Olmo off the left.
That's actually not a bad idea, to be honest.
Because I don't think Rooney's quite ready for Newcastle.
No.
If Rashford showed me anything decent on in the game, I would have considered it. But he just didn't move my boat. I know you said that he thought he did okay.
No, he didn't move my boat either. I'm just trying to give him. I'm just trying to be. How do I put it? I'm trying to pick at straws. I'm not being very honest, man. I'm not gonna lie. I did not think he had a good performance either. But listen, we'll see what happens. But look, you know what, right? One player that wasn't in the game, unfortunately for us, Hafed, was that Yamal. He wasn't even training on Saturday. And after we heard the news from Flick, right, you could see in the press conference, he was furious, right? Look, man, I'm not gonna lie, that whole thing pissed me off. I don't know if you've seen the video that I made on Sunday morning, right before the game. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, man. That news coming out, right? That this guy was given painkillers. Dude, you know what it is, right, Hafid? I'm gonna say this now, because you've been a Barca fan for as long as me, right? You've seen in the second half, in the second Laporta regime, right?
Yeah.
The amount of young players that have come out of La Masia in the last few years, from Gavi to Pedri. I'm sorry, no, Pedri was sport, right? But one of our young players, right? Ansu, now Lamine. Bro, how many of these players that I've just mentioned have nearly been ruined by the national team? Pedri in his first season was played over 70 games. He played every single game in the Euros, in his first Euros, and in the first Olympics. Right? What happened 2 seasons later? He kept on having injury after injury after injury. Until last season was like the first season where he was actually injury free. And it's funny because he didn't even start the season because he was coming back from injury from the Euros. Right? Ansu Fati kept on overplaying him. Look at what happened with that. Gavi is not even fit right now. He's not even fit right now, Hafed. Why is he not fit? Because of the injury he suffered during the Nations League game for Spain against Georgia. And now here we are. Bro, when I heard the news, honestly, Hafed, when I heard the news, and I heard, because we already knew from the Bulgaria game, we heard that Yamal was injured. We heard that. And we were thinking, okay, Yamal is probably going to return back early like De Jong. You understand what I mean, right? But he didn't. And we saw him play against Turkey, and we thought, he played well, performed amazingly. Maybe the injury wasn't as bad as we thought. And now, apparently, it was as bad as we thought. And now, to make it worse, we now find out that the league, the Spanish Federation, or the Spanish doctors, gave him painkillers. And now we're hearing that apparently they were not aware of the pain he was going through. Bro, Yamal and his people said that they gave him painkillers before the game. Why would they give him painkillers if he wasn't complaining?
For meaningless games as well.
For a meaningless game. Bro, they won 6-0. Hafed. 6. You're telling me when you guys were 2-0 up or 3-0 up, you couldn't take off Yamal then? But no, he played 79 minutes. And honestly, Hafed, I have gotten to a point now where I have had enough. I think it's time for us to start to protect our players from the national team. Bro, I don't care what kind of war starts between Barcelona and the Spanish national team. I'm at a point now where I'm saying it right now, bro. We need to start putting a ban on our players going to the national team. I'm being dead serious, right? Because you've done it with Gavi, you did it with Pedri, now you've done it with Yamal. We're not gonna let you guys keep taking our players, injuring them, and then throwing them back at us so that we can fix the mess you made. Not good enough. And things need to change now. So for me, Hafed, I'm being dead serious. I'm at the point now where I'm looking at Laporta. I'm saying, Laporta, bro, you need to start protecting our players. Okay? These guys can keep taking our players and bringing them back injured. But what did you think about this whole situation here in what the federation did, bro?
It's a really hard situation because if I'm De La Fuente, I'd be doing the same thing. I want my team to look nice. I want to put the best players I can. Of course, we both have our Barcelona hats on, but it is hard
I'm still here, bro.
to, huh?
No, I'm still here. I said I'm still
No, no
here.
worries, no worries. It's hard to deal with because you're seeing your players get run out, being overplayed when they don't have to be, and the squad depth for Spain is absolutely fantastic. This is not like a Turkey or a Bosnia or a Serbia where they need. I mean, like this is an absolutely quality side. And when you can rest your players, protect your own players well for upcoming maybe more important games and the fucking World Cup coming up in almost an under a year's time as well, it's a bit annoying. And yes, like you mentioned, a lot of the Spanish players have been ruined by the national team recently. Gavi, Pedri for a bit, Lamine, even you can put Dani Olmo in that bracket too. And it's hard to watch. It's hard to see. And I think this will be a step forward in the right direction. I don't think we can really pull, players from the national team. I don't think we have that power. We do have the power because um, we do pay their wages and stuff, but it's still a hard situation to deal with. That's why you have to have good relationship and good communication because they have the power. We have the power to take Lamine, but they have the power to take Lamine as well. So it's very, very even though we're the ones that pay his wages. So it's interesting, and I think the most important thing is to have constant communication and the good camaraderie between the Barcelona management and the Spain management.
Look, man, I hear all of that, but I think it's deeper than just this because obviously players get injured. Right? You can't prepare for those. That's fine, right? But it becomes a problem when you're playing players who are barely 100%. That becomes a problem because now you're basically showing, okay, well, listen, we're only going to have him for one more game and then he's going back to his club. You understand what I mean, right? And that's how they dealt with it. Let's be clear. They have it, right? They knew they didn't have to deal with this medical issues with Yamal. They knew Barcelona now. This is now Barcelona's mess to deal with, and that is the problem, right? Because they don't have to fix the mess. We have to now have to bring him back fit, bring him back to 100%, so that they can call him back up. You understand what I mean, right? And this is where my problem lies. Yes, it's playing for your national team is about pride. I'm all for it. I'm not even against the whole thing. You understand what I mean, right? But you got to protect these players because, like you mentioned, the players, the clubs pay their wages. You understand what I mean, right? And this is going to become an issue. You understand what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm just like, nah, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They have to do better. I'm not hearing this whole thing, man. They need to do better, Hafid. It's not good enough. It's not good enough, man. And I'm not gonna lie, I was fuming when I saw this whole thing. But now Yamal is out, and the worst thing is we don't even know how bad Yamal's injury is now because he didn't train, right? And they haven't told us if he is even gonna be available for the game against Newcastle. And that's where my problem lies. It's this early in the season. We're already having injuries into our key players. This is not good news. This is not good news. So I'm not gonna lie to you, man. This things need to change. Things need to change very, very quickly, man. Big up to every single one of you guys who are in the chat, man. Make sure you guys smash the like button. This says, oh, this guy. I thought he said Pedri. This guy. Anyway, it says, would you rather start Araujo and Kubashi or Christensen and Kubashi against Newcastle? For me, I'd play Christensen and Kubashi. Yeah, we're gonna get into that. But what do you think about that? I'm gonna be very honest. I'll take the latter.
I think Araujo has to start.
Araujo?
I think he has to start.
You know what? Yeah, maybe I think you know what? You are cooking in this case because they do have a physical striker in Valdemar. I
Yeah,
feel like we need to have
Kobarsi is gonna get bodied by Ultimate, and
yeah.
Christensen. I think he can definitely compete with him,
Mhm.
but I do think that Araujo has to start.
No, 100%, 100%. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. It says word is like Yamal wanted to play. Now, if this is the case, then this opens up a whole kind of worms because okay, fine. So he wants to play, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Why didn't he take him off after they were take him off early? Yeah, you can play him, but you can take him off early. I don't care if Yamal doesn't want to gets pissed off, bro. Dude, you're not 100%, and you know you're not 100. Well, you don't want to play in the weekend for Barcelona. Just let us know, because if you don't want to play, if you feel like you don't want to play in the game against Valencia, maybe that was the thing. Who knows? But I'm still fuming. I don't even care, man. I don't care. Because here's the thing, right? It's deeper than just this Yamal injury, bro. This Yamal injury just scares me. That's the problem, Hafed, right? Because we have lost some good players because of the Spanish national team. Bro, people forget how good Ansu was. Ansu was in the right trajectory. I know, listen, I'm not blaming it all on the Spanish national team, Hafed. All right? I think that we also had a hand in why Yamal, even with the Pedri thing, right? But with the Pedri one and Gavi one, this is the thing with Gavi. You remember that Gavi, bro. Gavi, from the moment he broke into the scene, De La Fuente was already calling him up for the national team. Remember, in 2022, when he broke into the Barça team, right, at what, 17? He was already getting called up for the national team. And he's never been, and every single time, sorry. And he's been called up ever since. The only reason he's not even in the national team right now is because he's not 100%. I think he was called up recently and he rejected it. Right? Was it like in the last international break in March? I think he might have been called up and then he rejected it because he I guess he wanted to kind of focus on getting back to 100%. But that's the point. Every time he's ready to play, the national team called him up. And that's the problem. Because I want these guys to protect our players when you guys take our players. That's it. Listen, we know at the end of the day, Barcelona, we're the ones that are how do I put it? We're the ones that are kind of like putting the national team in the map. Let's be real, bro. Look at the Spanish national team, Hafid. Look at the Spanish national. Who's the core of the Spanish national team?
I mean, the starting lineup for the national team is what, at least like 4 or 5 Barca players. Lamine, Pedri, I think one of Olmo or Fermin start.
Yes. Kobashi.
Does Kobashi start? I don't know, because they do like Vivian, Dean Hoytson. Maybe he starts. Maybe Joan Garcia starts as well.
Garcia in the future, yes.
Balde should be starting, but he doesn't, so we'll take that.
Ferran
Torres does start, yeah. So I mean, like half their XI is Barca.
Dude, the half of this national team is just Barca players. That's the crazy thing, and a lot of these Barca players are academy products. That's what makes it crazier. You understand what I mean, right? So we've been the ones keeping them alive. So they didn't just start playing well. They didn't just start protecting our players. We got to Henry says, "I have 2 words for De La Fuente, which is F him." Wow. Big up to Earl. Earl says Kobashi held his own against Osimhen and Gorashi, Barca boy Yapin. Hello. I mean, but I kind of hear it. I think that,
but the height difference between Osimhen and Voltamate is quite significant. I think Osimhen. Let me actually see.
But isn't Kobashi tall? I swear Kobashi is tall as well.
He's not that tall, but he has a jump on him. So look, Osimhen is 6'1", and Voltamate, I think he's like 6'8".
6'8".
Let's see. No one has his height here on Google.
Yeah, he's
6'7".
6'7". There you go. And I swear,
big difference.
I swear he Kobashi is what, 6? Isn't he 6? He's tall as well. I think he's like 6
no, he's like 5'10", I think. Let me see.
Yeah, he's tall.
No, I want like he's 6 foot, so I'm taller than Kobashi.
Wait, he's 6 foot tall.
I'm like 6'1", so I'm as the same height.
Taller than, yeah, I'm the same height as you.
So
That's crazy.
so you and I have the same height as Oshiman. So Dan
Wow.
Burn, Voltemade are gonna be like NBA players almost. So you definitely need. And let me actually check real quick.
It says,
Arujo.
yeah, we'll see. It says, big up to Lord.
Yeah, Arujo's like 6'3", so that's why you need that extra couple inches. And then plus his leap as well is not too bad.
Yeah. But you know what it is with Araujo, bro? I expected Araujo to be physical against Inter Milan, and he got bodied, bro. So listen, man. I can't do Araujo prop here. When the last time I propped him, he ended up letting me down. You feel me?
Fair point, honestly. Fair point.
I'm just saying, man. But hey, big up to look, class says, according to Barca Buzz, Yamal is improving, but him making the Newcastle game will be a stretch.
He's not making it.
Oh,
if he can't start, what's the point? He didn't even train today. Probably won't train tomorrow. Just have him back for Getafe because they're going to be playing, of course, your terroristic haram football. So we'll need him more probably for that than we will Newcastle.
Bro, listen. After the Valencia game, I cannot wait for the Getafe. Bro, we need.
And Getafe, they're doing quite well, and they're top 4, I think, right now in La Liga.
Who cares, man? We will bring them back to the
fourth place. Man. Oh my God, Espanyol are in 3rd. What the hell is going on?
Yo, football is weird right now, man. Where's Atletico Madrid? Atletico Madrid are not even in the top.
11th. They're 11th.
There you go, man. Yo, the table is looking
How
crazy.
the hell are Espanyol? Espanyol are a Champions League football. They have the same. They have the same record as us: 3 wins and a draw.
They beat Atleti. Remember, they beat Atleti on the opening day. They beat Atleti 2-1 on the opening day.
No, they played a game today as well. I think they were playing Alaves.
Yeah,
were they playing today?
They won today, didn't they?
Yeah. Oh, they beat Mallorca today. That's actually
crazy. Listen, man. Hey, listen. Maybe this season, the Barca, the Catalan derby will actually be interesting this year.
It's always interesting.
We'll see, man. Well, big up to DS. Says Rashford is gonna get put in a decent assist or back to United he goes.
Yeah, I guess.
Right now, I'm not gonna lie, man. I see no chance of us keeping. I don't see him staying. I don't know about you. He needs to have a proper.
I said the same thing with Joao Felix. I need to see 20 GA, so double figures in both goals and assists, preferably, for me to even consider him staying.
Yeah, the fact that you said consider, bro, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like
Joao Felix, I think he got 17 GA. I think he got like 13 goals and like 4 assists, so he got close to it.
Yeah.
But
never reached the destination.
The problem with Rashford is that we're going to have to go for the left winger this summer. It's going to be so annoying. It's
yeah, we'll see what happens. But big up to every single one of you. Big up to my guy, Soldan. He says, big up to you. Big up to you, man. Big up to Barca fan in the chat. He says, don't sleep on Espanyol for now. They're actually playing good football. Listen, man. After we pushed their goalkeeper last year, Hafet, I'm just saying, bro. Hey, man, listen.
Not even worried in the slightest. Not even worried in the slightest. Camp Nou, easy 5-0 win. In their stadium, like 3-1. A little bit closer.
Now we did the double on them last season, didn't we? We beat them like home and away.
Yeah, we beat them to win the league at home. What was our home game against them? Oh, our home game was close. It was 3-1, but we scored 3 goals in the first half. Then he almost scored, I think, twice. And they got like a goal like in the second half. We didn't play a good second half. We played a really good first half. That was 3-1. Then, of course, to win the league.
2-0. Yeah, man, like Yamal from Curler, but 2-0.
Was that 2-0? Did we not concede?
Yeah, we beat them 2-0, bro.
Yeah, it was Lamine who scored the curler.
Final goal, I think.
I think it was Fermin.
Fermin. Thank you, Fermin. It was Fermin Lopez. But listen, guys, smash the like there. We're only on 17 likes, man. We got over 49 people in here, guys. We should be around 25 likes by this point, guys. But big up to every single one of you. This is which winger should Barcelona get? In my opinion, Antonio Nunes will be perfect. We
need someone with someone who's decent, like established. We'll wait and see who breaks out this season. But we need someone that's like has a name, not these youngsters. This team's already too young. We need some experience. And we have a lot of stuff to go for next summer. We need a fullback. We need a left winger. We need a striker. Those are like 3 like musts. Must.
Next season is going to be a long season. That's why we need to get back to our stadium. And we're going to segue to that.
We will.
But we need to get back to the stadium, sell the VIPs, get back to one-on-one, because next season, there's no excuse. I'm not saying we should go and splash the cash and just burn our whole finances like that, right? 100 million here and there. but we need to go and sign players. And I don't mean like just bargaining. I mean like actually go and sign players that are going to come in and actually do a job right away. You understand what I mean, right?
Mm-hmm.
But listen, let's segue to that quickly, Hafid, right? Because look, man, once again, for the third time this season, the stadium is once again delayed. Look, man, I'm just going to say this now, Hafid, right? I get it. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, why is the stadium taking so long? This and this and this. That's not even what really pisses me off, Hafid. That's not even what bothers me, right?
Mm-hmm.
What bothers me is Laporta.
Oh, yeah?
Let me tell you what bothers me about Laporta, Hafid.
Mm.
I don't know why our president is so infatuated with trying to please the fans, right? By basically guaranteeing stuff that he technically doesn't have a full guarantee of knowing if those things are going to happen or not. He has this tendency of always, I don't know if it's overconfidence. I don't know what it is, right? But he has this
overhyping.
Yes, right? He has this tendency to always say, this is going to get done. Trust me. On this day, this will be done and nothing is going to stop it. And as Barca fans, we look at our president and say, oh, he said that? Word then. Word. Listen, if Laporta says it, I 100% believe it. And as fans, we choose to believe it because he's our president. And there's always one snag every time. And there's always a snag that you're like, wait a minute, if you're the president, you should have known this snag was there. Why did you guarantee us knowing that this could potentially stop it? I can go back, way back, but I just want to focus on the stadium for now. Right? When we fixed our stadium when we were told we were coming back in the stadium at the start of the season, all the talk was we were back in the stadium, Camp Nou, they did the celebrations. We saw it all, Hafid. We saw it all. And we were thinking, yo, finally back in our stadium, finally back in the home crowd, man. The stadium, Camp Nou, I missed the place, right? And then we start hearing the delays. And when I first heard the delays, I said, oh, annoying, whatever. And then we heard, well, the stadium might be ready in September, might be ready in October. We don't know yet. And then we saw the pictures of the stadium and we saw that the stands were not yet ready. And we were like, wait a minute. If the stands are still being built, why was Laporta sitting there telling us that the stadium was guaranteed to be ready? And then we saw they were like, okay, he didn't prepare us for the chance of maybe not even getting to our stadium, because if he did, he would have probably got it, maybe, backed up the Monjon and said, you know what, just in case the stadium delays, we'll complain to Monjon. He didn't even do that. He was so confident that the stadium will be ready on the opening day, he didn't even prepare for the idea of that the stadium might not be ready. And as a result, Hafid, that's why we're in the Johan Cruyff Stadium, because in the international break, once again, he told us on the opening day, we will be playing in our stadium. He told us that the La Liga approved it, UEFA approved it, everybody has approved it apparently. And then we hear that the city council now didn't approve it. I'm like, bro, why would you tell us that we're back in the stadium when the city council had not given you their verdict yet? It's this idea that Laporta has that bothers me about him. This idealism he always has of always counting his chickens before they hatch, bro. But I mean, listen, you're a strong defender, Laporta. I will. What do you have to say about this? Because this really
he's a very emotional guy because he's like me and you. He's a Barcelona fan, so he wants to make all the promises, this and that. I think the only thing that he did wrong was, of course, announcing we're gonna officially club announcement we're gonna play the Joan Gamper at the Camp Nou, and we didn't. That was him, playing with emotions too much. In the end, what happened was that they told us we were told that it's all ready, we have everything. We announced it, they're like, oh, we forgot this part. Sorry. So not really, it is his doing because again he has the final say so and stuff, but not really, not too much on him. Of course, the goal when we were first given the plan for the save, like, oh, we're gonna be back in November last season. Remember, we were only supposed to do one season the one week. We ended up doing two, but that's just due to construction work. Whether you get the time to work on the construction. Remember, we did it like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday to Friday. Then people were complaining about the noise, so they stopped for a bit, like only Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then they had 24 hours again. People were complaining about the dust and the noise. So all these things have implications, unfortunately. The most important thing that it gets done. is that I'm at a point at this point. Right now, it's very, 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 very encouraging. I would say also very likely we'll be back at the Camp Nou by the end of this month. So whether we play this weekend upcoming against Getafe or the following weekend against Real Sociedad, we should be back. Hopefully, the main goal right now is to be in that stadium for the PSG game. Because if we have to go to the Johan Cruyff or the fucking Montjuic for the PSG game, we are cooked. We might have to do Johan Cruyff one more time for the Getafe game this weekend. But again, the stadium is ready. Everyone has seen the videos online in terms of, bathrooms, tickets, stadium safety, lighting, pitch, team benches. Everything is ready. All we're waiting now is for this damn stupid first occupant license or some shit like that. That's all we're waiting for now. The stadium is ready to host, I think, 45,000, which I think is only a few thousand less capacity than the Montjuic. The Montjuic, I think, is 50,000 if you really if you really jam pack it. But 45 Camp Nou is better than a 50 Montjuic all day, every day. So,
100%.
So very, very encouraging there. Hopefully we can. I think UEFA will require us to play a game in the stadium before we play a game in the Champions League. I saw that rule kind of lingering about. So we have to play either Getafe, Sociedad, or both at the Camp Nou to play the PSG game at the Camp Nou. So we'll see how things do turn out. But yeah, I think the only thing that Laporta should really, take the L on in this stadium scenario is the fact that they announced it and then they pulled out, unfortunately. So I think
look,
a lot. Go ahead.
Yeah, look, for me, I agree. Look, man, obviously delays happen, man, and I wish that Laporta, for me, he would have kind of took it as well. The plan is we're returning to the Camp Nou this season. Now it could be at the start of the season, or it could be around El Clasico-ish. But I guarantee you all, by the end of the season, you will all see us in the Camp Nou. If he had said that, some fans, obviously, the fans who are tired, the traveling fans, right? They have to go to the Montjuic, that's over the mountains, right? That's tough for them, right? They're gonna be like, some of them might be upset. They'll be like, why is the stadium not ready? We don't want to go back to the Montjuic stadium. You understand what I mean, right? But if you sit there and say, listen, we will play our first 8 games, home games, or first 5 games, home games in the Johan Cruyff Stadium. It's not a full capacity, we get it, but just give us patience. We promise you, the stadium is ready. Show the pictures like they did, right? They're gonna show people that it's actually more finished than you guys think. We just need all of these snags fixed, and trust me, we will be back sooner than you all think.
The construction workers leaking pictures and videos all the time because they get clicks online. And Laporta already laid his, huge belly on the pitch to take pictures of for the promo for the first time. So it's just about behind the scenes stuff, licensing and all that crap. It's like player registration. It's so stupid, annoying shit that we have to do. But I cannot wait. To be there. I'm hoping to even go there in the new year. I'm gonna try my best to go there because I haven't been to Barcelona.
I've been planning. Listen, man.
Yeah.
I don't listen, man.
If they made tickets, they gotta make the tickets easy to buy.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to buy them on the website and stuff. So
I said, what's funny, Javier? Because I wanted. There's obviously there's so many trips I want to take, but the next trip I do want to take, right? Apart from going back home, I do want to take a trip Barca to go at Barca just for one game, bro. I need to just.
Have you been before?
No. Have you been there before?
Yeah. I've been 3.
Yeah, I think I've seen a picture of you there.
I've been to Barcelona twice, and I've been to, I think, 4 games in total, 5 games. First time I went, I saw 2. Second time I went, I saw 2. So 4 games in total. The last time I went was the last game at the Camp Nou against Mallorca, the 3-0 win.
Wow.
Yeah, so I watched the send-off and stuff like that. The last official game I was there. I clapped out Busquets and Jordi Alba. So that's why I want to go in the New Year to see it half done and then come back again when it's all fully done.
I mean, I don't know. I might. You know what? Anything can happen, man. If
you gotta come so we can link up.
Nah, for sure. That's the plan. Like if I'm going, I can't go alone because it's gonna be my first time going. So I do want to go with someone who's been around the area, so they can kind of, I can be able to go with someone. But that's the dream, man. I do want to go and watch Barca at least once.
Fun time. I went to the Johan Cruyff Stadium last time too. I saw the.
Apparently, the stadium is pretty nice. What do you think of the Johan Cruyff Stadium?
It's good. It's quite far from where the Camp Nou is. It's about like a 20-25 minute drive.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, stadium is really nice. The seats, well, of course, I went to the old Camp Nou, right? Not the newer one. The seats in the old one are very, very old. The ones at the Johan Cruyff were so much better, so much newer. Stadium is nice and congested, very like high end, high quality stadium at the time as well.
Mm.
And I think the stadium only holds like 7,000, maybe eight. And you're
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah, yeah.
congested, center of the pitch. It's really, really nice stadium, like a nice little like low key one.
Isn't that where the Barca Femini play, right? Am I correct?
Yeah, Barça Femení and Barça Athletic play there. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, listen, all right. At the end of the day, we'll see what happens. But for me, I just feel like with Laporta, this is, and you know what? I actually have a video coming out tomorrow, right? If you get a chance, you might take a look at it and pick up to every single one of you guys. Make sure you guys go and check it out as well. But I'm going to make a video on Laporta because here's another thing I need to talk about with Laporta, right? You know, one thing, if there's one negative thing I can say about Laporta's reign is this, and which is very rare because Laporta has been incredible as a president, right? The things he's done. But do you know one thing that I feel like Laporta is a black mark on it? It's his idea of making promises that he can't keep. You see, this is a problem, Hafid, right? If you are synonymous with making promises and you're not always keeping your promises, you become untrustworthy. Even if you have good intentions.
What
That's the point.
promises they did not keep?
I can even use the Messi one. Now look, the Messi one. No. So let me finish, right?
Yeah.
It's not his fault that we didn't keep Messi. I'm not blaming him. What I'm pointing the finger at is to Messi, in Messi's eyes. Because here's the thing. He gave Messi the promise that he would stay at Barca. You understand what I mean, right? And the way, and you know what, Messi has never talked about it. I'm sure he will talk about it in the future. But I think that when it comes to Messi, the reason why he really fell out with Laporta is because maybe he really trusted Laporta's words. You understand what I mean, right? Because Laporta guaranteed him. He didn't just promise, he guaranteed him that when you come back from the Copa America, you will be back in the first team. You understand what I mean, right? You will be back, sign a new contract, captain the club for the 2021-22 season, right? That's why, if you guys notice, there was no talk. You could see Messi wasn't ready because Messi thought he was coming back to Barca, right? He didn't plan the idea of that, this could be his last year at the club, right? And I think for me, Laporta, what he should have done, because he had a good relationship with Messi at the time, was look at Messi in the eye, tell Messi, yo, listen, our plan is to keep you. I'm doing everything I can. All I'm doing now is to try to keep you at the club, right? And that's the idea at the start of the season, right? The idea is when you come back from the Copa America, there's a new contract, we're waiting for you. But I just have to tell you now, Tebas is making this very hard. Tebas is making this very difficult. You understand what I mean, right? So I'm just telling you this because I want you to make sure, just in case Tebas causes me to not be able to resign you, you have a plan B. You understand what I mean, right? Rather than just putting all your eggs in the basket. And that's why I feel like Messi has a problem with Laporta, because he trusted Laporta and he felt like Laporta should have known that there was a chance he would not be staying.
I don't think you know the whole story. So what happened is that
we got to Football Carnet for the raid back.
So what happened is that Laporta told Messi, "Yep, you're gonna stay. I'm gonna renew you." They came to an agreement to reach agreement, right? When he was trying to process the contract renewal for the first time, Javier Tebas said, "Oh, bro, you're broke. You can't afford this renewal." Laporta's like, "What? I thought we had money." Because what happens is that Bartomeu, before he left, he told Laporta, "Oh, we have this much money." Turns out Bartomeu lied because he likes to lie. So what Laporta had to do is he had to order an audit. An audit is someone who comes in, reviews all the business assets, see every single penny that's in an institution. That took about 2 months. So that took 2 months for him to know exactly how much money we had in the club in order to fit Messi's renewal. When it came time to fit it, he thought he did it. He went to submit it. He submitted the day where Messi was supposed to come in and renew.
Renew, yes.
When he went to submit the contract after doing some cuts, like I said, the only way that you can register this Messi contract is if you sign the CVC deal, which at the time Barcelona did not want to do.
Yes, I remember that.
So Laporta was put in a corner with a gun and said, "Pick your poison. You want to sign the CVC deal, which is absolutely will probably detriment towards
that
him in
would
the
have
future,
ruined us. That would have
ruined us,
ruined
or
us.
you give up Messi because at that time Javier Tebas had the upper hand. So Laporta was I can't remember, but Laporta has not worked in 9+ years, bit rusty, came in with a dream and an idea, did his promise in keeping Messi by reaching an agreement. Because remember, Messi sent a Borofax a year before. He's like, I'm leaving no matter what.
Yeah,
He comes in and
exactly. I remember.
convinces
He
Messi.
wasn't staying on the Bartomeu. That's why he left. He
Yeah,
resigned.
convinced Messi in 2 months. I get what you mean. He did say, yes, I promise to keep Messi, and Messi did not stay. But there were so many implications that, disrupted his promise. It wasn't on him. He was ambushed twice, once by Bartomeu and once by Javier Tebas. So in the end, he chose what was better for the club. What other promises do you think that he didn't keep? I think he's made some.
What about the Xavi one? Now
Yeah, I
here's the
think
thing with the Xavi one,
the
right?
Xavi one he didn't treat it well. I think in the end, the decision to sack Xavi, you could say was right because we went on had a historic
Yes.
season. But I think definitely the treatment of Xavi was incorrect. Saying Xavi saying I want to quit. Oh, please stay. Okay, fine, I'll stay. You're fired. It's a bit the way he did too. The reason why he sacked Xavi is because Xavi said he wanted to spend some money, so the squad's not at the elite level. And Laporta felt, whoa, what do you mean not elite level? I put this club in bankruptcy for you to sign the players that you wanted. I put economic levers to sign players you wanted. This team is perfect. Maybe barring one or two changes, and Xavi saying no, we need to do a lot more. We need to do a lot more. Plus his words in the press conference. That's why Laporta sacked him. It was obviously weird if you're looking at it from the outside looking in. I want to stay. Please stay. Okay, I stay. You're fired. It's a bit.
Yeah, and then Flick comes in.
Right? Yeah, it's a bit weird like that. But I do agree with you. The treatment there of Xavi wasn't the best, especially ambushing him and sacking him.
I feel like,
the way they made it.
And the important thing is this, Hafed. Xavi wanted to walk. It's not like Xavi said, I want to stay. And that's why I feel like, that's where I kind of point the finger.
And I was very much Xavi at that point.
You should have kind of, waited.
I was very much Xavi at that point because Xavi said he quit. I'm like, all right, let's see what's on the market. Absolutely nothing on the market. I wasn't too fond of Flick.
We didn't think of Flick at the time, even though he was
No, I remember Flick. I wasn't too fond of him because of what he did with the German national team. So I'm like, I pray Xavi stays. I was saying a lot during that season that I think, but for me, the players were performing. Like, let's say, for example, FIFA ratings, right? We all had like 88 to 90 ratings in the double season. Then we all dropped to like silver cards. They were playing like as if they were silver cards. The players were dropping like 4 levels below. That's why I didn't want to blame it on Xavi too much. In the end, they convinced him to stay. Said, yes, I'll stay. I think we have a good project. We're going to be very ambitious. Things changed. They promised me things. And I think in the end, the club are going to go in the market and sign some players that he wanted. But maybe the way he was saying it in press conference, being a bit maybe disrespectful to the squad and the board, they decided to sack him. It was a bit strange. But definitely the treatment of Xavi wasn't the best. But in terms of a wrong decision, in the end, you could say it was right because
it was a right decision, to be fair.
Yeah.
I wanted, you know what's funny? I wanted Xavi to leave. I didn't want him to get sacked because I felt like, okay, he came back.
So you're saying that when he said, I'll quit, you're like, yes, good leave.
I just wanted him to walk. He chose to walk. I actually admired him more when he chose to walk because I was like, you know what it is? He understood the moniker of Barcelona, Mascar El Club, right? You understand that you can either stay, right? You can what they always say, you can die hero or live long enough to become the villain, right? So I think Xavi understood that eventually the fans were not liking his style. Let's be honest, his style was annoying, bro. There's a lot of people who didn't like to watch his style. You understand what I mean, right?
It wasn't too bad. I just think in that season we had such a dramatic drop from the season beforehand, and 4-1 Super Cup with Madrid didn't help either. Yes. But the team just looked like they were lost, had no identity. We were getting battered by Girona. We were lost in Villarreal 5-3. Like, it was all over the place. I wouldn't say that the season when we won the double, the league and the Super Cup, I thought we played – I would say we played more boring football than we did good. Remember that 3-0 Super Cup against Madrid? That's probably, I still think, the best game of football I've seen in a long, long time. The 3-0 Super Cup when Gavi scored, Lewandowski scored, and Pedri scored.
Oh yeah.
That was the most dominant. I think that's the most dominant 90 minutes performance I've seen in a while. Because if you look at the Clásicos that we won, the 4 that we won last season, right? 4-3 was very tight. We had a very poor 20 minutes, and we came back. Go the way final. We played well for an hour. Last half an hour we were poor. Got the winning goal. The Super Cup, the 5-2, we had a poor 10 minutes when Mbappe scored. Then we went on and of course battered them. Then of course when Chesney got Then Chelsea got the red card. We were kind of like just parking the bus for half an hour. The 4-0, very, very tight first half. I think we just scored twice or three times offside. Then we battered them in the second half. But that game was 90 minutes of pure and utter annihilation.
Oh, 100%.
I think, I think we've had some games on their flick where we played better, but against maybe lesser teams, that's the best big team performance I've seen in a long time.
No, 100%. Listen,
so we had, but I do think we had some more boring games than we had good ones, and maybe that kind of also led to maybe people having a different opinion on Xavi. But yeah, I would say that Laporta streaming a bit wasn't the best.
Yeah, so for me, I feel like with Xavi, you know what it is? It's a big task to manage this club. That's the thing. You understand what I mean, right? It's a big task. And I think even he understood that. That's why he said, you know what, it's good for both parties if I just leave. I think he didn't want to be at the club long enough to start, for the fans to start to turn on him. Right? And listen, it was smart, right? You did your thing. You play. You won a league, bro. You were at 3 seasons, right? You took over from Ronald Koeman. You didn't do well with that, right? Right? You came on. You won your first Clasico 4-0, if I'm not mistaken, right? Remember the famous Aubameyang, right? And then we won the league in the 22-23 season, have one of the best defenses in the league. You understand what I mean, right? The Araujo Christensen partnership was cooking that season, right? Yeah. His last season, it didn't end up well. But for 3 seasons, right, for a legend like him, right, to come in and do that, and let's be honest, right, the squad that Flick picked up is his squad. Let's be clear.
Yeah. Flick only got Olmo. Don't even count Pavlovich. Pavlovich didn't even play more than like 10 games.
Go ahead, Hafid. I can hear you.
Yeah. Like Pavlovich didn't even play that much. So yeah, Flick took on. Like I said, I just think that squad had such a down year this year. During last season, they kind of performed at their levels. They went from here to here. That's why we saw the jump, and that's why we were playing well. I think that had a big indication into how poor we were under Xavi. But back to the topic at hand in terms of Laporta, making wrong decisions. I think definitely the way the way that Messi left, the way he treated Xavi, maybe some of the stage stuff too, announcing it, we're gonna go back and we didn't. Those are probably the things that he did that in 4 years where you can question him a little bit. But I think 3 mistakes in 4 years is absolutely 100% remarkable. We've registered everyone on time. We had that Olmo Victor case as well, which he won emphatically as well. We've secured our big players on long-term deals: Lamine, Pedri, Gavi, Araujo, Rafa, Koundé recently, Balde, Fermented renewal in about 2 years. Like, it's what he's done has been remarkable. Taking Barcelona from our lowest point you and I have ever witnessed, with no money, to now at a very, very healthy point with some money and a sexy new stadium as well. So I think he definitely deserves another 4 years. And also the other candidates and the other options are shit. There's nobody semi-decent whatsoever.
You don't like Victor Font?
That guy is fucking... Honestly, God. He might be the only way he becomes president is if Laporta hangs up. I'm hoping that Laporta does another 4 years and then PK comes in. That's kind of my dream, per se. Because I think PK wants to do like his kind of stuff outside with the Kings League, stuff like that. And then he'll be the Barca president. I think he will be at some point. But the options are absolutely terrible as well. So, and Laporta is such a huge name. He's been in the sport now for 20 years.
To be honest, I would not. I know I'm critical of him, but I'm not stupid enough to think the grass is always green on the other side. Listen, man, it doesn't matter. But guys, listen, we got 85 people in here, and we're only on 30 likes. Not good enough, guys. Listen, guys, big up to my guy, what's his name? Will, for working for the raid. Make sure you guys subscribe if you're new, and make sure you guys go subscribe to Barça Boy. Link is in the description. Make sure you guys go subscribe to him and smash the likes, guys. Get us to 40 likes before we end this stream, guys. But listen, let's talk about the final thing, man, because I want to talk about the Champions League. It's back. It is back. And listen, we were so close last season, 90 seconds away from a Champions League final. Didn't get it done. But look,
move on.
There's the I know. I just have to. It is what it is. But look, we are thinking of the now. That was in the past. We are in the here and now, right? Yep. Champions League is back, and you've already seen the draw. right? I think you were doing a show with Mo recently, early preview of the PSG game. And listen, you know what I mean,
Oh
right?
yes, PGN. Yeah, yeah.
It's a good thing that we got PSG because I said I wanted to see PSG in the Champions League.
They
I'm not
definitely
gonna
rigged
lie.
that. They're all like, "Oh, that's the best game from last
Yeah, it's
season.
the best
Everybody
thing. Yeah,
won it."
listen, it's the best thing until a football is kicked. You know what I mean,
Yeah,
right? It is what it is. But listen, Hafid, our Champions League draw, right? You've seen the teams we're going to be playing, right?
yeah.
Obviously, the two big ones is Chelsea and PSG. Now, let me be clear here. These are two teams I cannot stand in
Oh,
Europe.
really?
I can't stand either of those two teams. Growing
A lot
up,
of people hate Chelsea. I'm trying to realize that. I don't know why. I mean, I guess they were a bit
bro,
annoying,
it's
back in
because
the day.
come on, man. Like you started watching Barca what
No, no, I
2007?
know that, but that's so long ago. Like even
Yeah, but
like
you know what it is? It's
for
because the game
example,
was
like in
intense.
2019, 2020, 2020, when I hated Liverpool because of Anfield, but now I'm like, no, I'm not
No, but you know
bothered.
why? But you know why? It's because of the games themselves. The games were
Yeah, yeah.
never just. It was just annoying, bro. You gotta understand. Chelsea were, dude. The way they played football, pisses. They were like the antithesis of like Barcelona football. You understand what I mean, right? They did not play football like us, and they were annoying, bro. We always struggled against them. Even when we beat them, we would struggle to beat them. You understand what I mean, right? So
Mhm.
they were like, dude, growing up, I hated Chelsea. I loved the games between Chelsea and Barca because it was always fireworks. You understand what I mean? It was never a dull Barca versus Chelsea game ever. Like under Mourinho, it was tough. Under like even you remember the season we won the Champions League, we were defending our crown in 2012. We were thinking, yo, this is the best chance to do a back-to-back Champions League, and then we play Chelsea in the semifinals, and yeah, we all remember the Torres moment, man. Like, good God, oh man, this is why I hate that club, man. They always ruin my dreams, bro. The absolute pros that they are. But we'll see them in November. But PSG, listen, let me tell you something about PSG, bro. I don't care that they won the Champions League. PSG fans talk too much. I'm not even talking about Mo, bro. I'm just talking about just PSG fans, yeah. Because he's not the only one I know. There's this other guy, this junior guy. I see him all the time, bro. These PSG fans, they just, you know what it is with these PSG fans happen, right? How they're acting. They're acting like they act like these kids, right? Who they've never. What's the word I'm trying to? I don't want to, because I'm fasting. I don't want to. There's an analogy I want to use, but I'm fasting, so I'm not using the analogy. Let's say this, right? They're experiencing something for the first time. You understand what I mean, right? For the first time in their lives, Hafed, they've been let in the room. The door has been opened for them, right? Because Barca have been in the room, Madrid are in the room, Liverpool are in the room, AC Milan in the room. We are the room of elites, right? European elites. The door, they've been standing at the door for a long time. For a long time. And finally, after over 12 years, we finally opened the door and said, PSG, you can come in. Now they've come into the room, and now they want to start making rules, bro. Like, bruh, we just let you in the room. Sit in the corner, you absolute fraud. Sit in the corner. You just won one Champions League. Sit in the corner and be quiet. Okay, bro? You see Real Madrid, Barcelona, these guys have been here for years. They're the veterans. They're the ones that make the rules. You sit there and be quiet. But now they want to sit there and start flexing it because you know why? Because they got the rich dad, and the rich dad helped them win the Champions League. So now they're sitting here thinking the rich because of their rich dad, they think that they're better than everybody. Now you're not better than nobody, bro. Okay? And this is the thing, bro. This club needs humbling. Because I'm being dead serious, bro. I was happy to see PSG win the Champions League for some point until Mo started moving mad. I'm like, you know what it is, Mo? You're actually making me regret wanting to see you guys win the Champions League. Next season, I'm going to be hating on you guys. I hope you guys don't win. And that's why when they lost the Club World Cup, honestly, I was over the moon. I was celebrating when they lost that. Because I was like, bro, imagine that the season that they won the treble, they won the Club World Cup, bro. This guy would be nauseating. You imagine, you know him, you do streams with him. Like, imagine if he won the treble and the Club World Cup in the same season, bro. Good Lord Almighty.
Shout out Chelsea.
Yeah, shout out Chelsea, man. But
Saving
listen,
us.
we'll still see you in November. But listen, let's start with the first game. Thursday, away at St. James's Park. Now, look, St. James's Park is a stadium that, last time they were in the Champions League, they played PSG, they battered PSG. Last time they hosted a big club, right? That's a great atmosphere. Like, I don't know if you watch a lot of Premier League football. Like, St. James's Park is one of those stadiums, like, it's a very, very, It's one of those atmospheres where they make it uneasy, right? Especially in a European night, they're gonna make it tough, right? This is
Yeah.
not the first time Barcelona played in the Champions League against Newcastle. Someone had to remind me. I had a friend of mine who was a Newcastle fan. He had to remind me that the last time Barcelona played Newcastle in the Champions League, St. James's Park, they won, I think, 3-2 or something like that, right? So he had to remind me, like, okay, man.
Newcastle won or we won?
No, in their stadium in St. James's, they won 3-2. I think they won 3-2 or 3-1 or something like that. This was the year after R9 left. So the year
we beat them in their stadium afterwards 2-0.
The 97-98 Champions League.
Yeah. So after that in 2001,
we beat them 1-0 at the Camp Nou, but we lost in the
correct.
away game.
And then we played them again 2 seasons later. When we won there.
Exactly. Asprilla hat trick. There you go. Asprilla hat trick. They beat us 3-2, right? But yeah, people are always reminded, like, yo, the last time we played you, we beat you guys. So listen, until you guys beat us, it's not going to be the same. But look, what is your opinion on the game? Because first Champions League match, for me, I think it's going to be intense atmosphere, but I believe we can go in there and get it done. What do you think?
I would be surprised if we win this game.
Oh my God.
I think
stink unhooked.
If you offered me a 1-1 draw right now, I would take it. 100%. If we get 4 points from Newcastle and PSG, if you offer me 4 points for Newcastle and PSG first 2 games, I would take it right now. Damn. If you even offer me 3 points, I might even take it. I think it's going to be a very, very tough game. Not because of the atmosphere, but of the style of how Newcastle play. Very, very, very reminiscent to teams that we struggle against in La Liga. They play like they're a better version of Vallecano, pretty much.
Oh, no, this guy. You went there. I cannot believe you went there.
That's how they play. And it's going to be a very, very tough game. And unless we're on our A game, I think we're going to struggle. If Newcastle score in that first 10, 15 minutes, I think we are beyond cook. And yeah, I think a draw, I'm going to celebrate like a win.
Oh, Hafed, man, you let me down, man. I thought you were going to come here and, show some chest, man. This guy, man. He's like, nah, man. Listen, well, look, man, I don't think it's going to be an easy game either. God. Listen, I'm not going to lie. I would take a draw, but I'm confident we can go there and win. Now, I don't think we're going to go there and easily win. But I can see us going there and win. I can see us. You know what? I can even see that game being a high-scoring game, Hafed, to be honest. I can see that game being. Yes. That's it. I can see it being a 3-2 or something like that.
For us or for them?
For us? No, hell no. For us. 3-2 for us, right?
I can just see it being a 3-2 draw right now. A 3-2 win for Newcastle right now. I might even take it.
Oh, no, man. No. Look, we can't start our Champions League. Listen, man, I want to win the Champions League this season, man. Screw everything. I want to see us win the Champions League. I don't care, man. Let's go win the Champions League. Why are we moving? Listen, man, this is not 22, 23, or 23, 24 Barcelona. This is how Hansi Flick's Barca. We can actually show chest now. We can actually show confidence now. We can win games. I don't know why everyone's saying, oh, man, this man has no belief in his team.
It's not that. It's not that. Just more so the stadium, the team, what point this match day is taking place as well. All of that has.
That's on Thursday. Hey, it doesn't matter, man. Listen, we're going to be the premier.
Yeah, game. Thursday, Europa League.
It doesn't matter, man. Hey, listen. Then Isaac is not there anymore. Isaac will not. Don't worry about Isaac, man.
True.
This is we sit here talk about Valdemar. Listen, man. We're not worried about that German lamppost, man. We're not worried about him, man. I'm just gonna pay. Listen, who just pay? Listen, Jean Garcia, and also not to mention, we got Jean Garcia in goal now. Show confidence, man. Listen, did Jean Garcia show you in the game against what's the name? The game against Vallecano, man. Things have changed. The winds of change is here, bro. The winds of change is here. Don't worry about it, man. We ain't worried. We're gonna beat them, bro.
I think we can definitely beat them. I think we have the ability to beat them. It's just about how we start the game if we let the situation get to us. We've struggled in away games still. Even look at last season, we lost 3-1 to Dortmund away. And then of course the Inter. So I cannot say with my chest we're going to go there and win, but we have the capability. We're of course the better team, but the atmosphere and how we played so far this season is gonna be like the telling tale of how we go out there and perform.
So let me ask you this, right? In the Champions League this season, right? What do you think we need to do in the group stages to make you believe that this year we have a legitimate chance of winning the Champions League for real?
Nothing. We're a group stage FC. We can win all 8 games. I won't think we're going to win the Champions League. We always perform well in the group stages. I want to see in the knockout rounds. I want to see us, round 16 quarterfinals, winning comfortably, winning 9-0 on aggregate. That's the confidence I need. Group stage and league phase doesn't bother me. I mean, look at the top. I think what was it? The top. No one in the top 8 won the Champions League last season. I know that 3 of the 4 top 8 got into the semi-finals: Arsenal, Inter, and Barça. But league phases stuff is all hype. Get top 8. That's all I really care about. And you have to show confidence, skill, belief in the knockout round. When it's do and die moment, because you can lose against Newcastle 5-0 and still finish top of the league. But I want to see it in the big moments because I'm sick to death of this team gassing me up in the group stage and fumbling it at the first stage.
Yeah, no, we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. But listen, Hafed, big up to you. Obviously, this is episode 1 of the Blaugrana Podcast. Listen, guys. Next week's show is we're gonna run it on your channel, right? Barça Boy? It's gonna be
we can run on my channel for sure.
Yeah. So next week, guys, episode 2 of Blaugrana Podcast will be on Barça Boy's channel. So you guys who are in the chat, make sure you guys go and subscribe to Barça Boy's channel, guys, because that's what we're gonna be doing the second episode, man. But listen, man, Hafid, obviously big midweek games coming up. Very quickly, what's your prediction of the game against Newcastle?
Me being very confident, I'll say 2-2 draw.
Hey, listen. Listen. It depends on the performance. If we play shit and we get the draw, I would take the draw. But if we play well, man, I want us to win. But hopefully. Yeah, I'm gonna go 3-2 Barça, to be honest, right? But
too many goals, man. We're conceding 2 goals.
Well, listen, unfortunately, I can't trust the defense, man.
Yeah, I get it.
I can't trust the defense. But listen, big up to every one of you. Big up to Zero as well. I saw your rate. Big up to you every single time, man. Make sure you guys subscribe to Barça Boy, like I mentioned. And listen, guys, this stream is going to redirect you guys to Carefree Lewis G, guys. He's doing the capital punishment with the London fans, guys. Make sure you guys could put Omar BYT rate in the comment section below. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the first episode of the Blaugrana Podcast. We will be back next week, Monday, same time, on Barça Boy's channel, guys, where we will be doing once again the review. And hopefully, listen, man, Barça Boy will have to eat some humble pie when we beat Newcastle United and we win the weekend as well, man. But big up to you guys. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and peace, you guys. Let's go, Barça.